Second set. Please give a round of applause and welcome to the stage. One and only Mr. Nathan Curry.
Timer! Alright, working on some new shit, so. There we go. Why am I so fucking short? Jesus Christ! You know, you could bring it down a little bit for me sometimes. Now, I'm single. When you hear how bad my jokes are, you'll understand why. Now, it's obvious I'm American. I'm fucking sorry. More specifically, I'm from Kentucky. God damn, I'm sorry. Now, you're never going to meet anybody else from Kentucky because only 4 of us escaped. Now, you know, my last name's Curry. It's obvious I'm not Indian. But I am spicy like a good curry should be. Okay, so just to show you how fucking strange where I come from can be, and I could probably do half an hour on this, but a buddy of mine sent me an article from just a little while back. You guys know what a dance-off is? Yeah? Okay, apparently some of you don't. It's when 2 people battle, but instead of fighting each other, you know, it's whoever dances the best. Now, the article was 2 guys, one guy gets stabbed in the street after winning a dance-off. I can't imagine a scenario where you're so upset by the guy's ability to dance that you want to stab him. It's like, oh, your robot's better than mine. Ah! Yeah, welcome to where I come from. It's fucking hell. I escaped. Okay, so I don't do transition material, so keep up. Now, you guys know the expression, the honor's all mine. Somebody says it's been an honor. The other person goes, the honor's all mine. Really? You're gonna take all the honor? Fucking selfish bastard. Why didn't you save some for other people? Now, how do you make a Dane happy and pissed within the same 10 seconds? You give them a beer, let them take a drink, and then tell them it's non-alcoholic. Note to self, do that joke again. Now, my ex-wife and I, yeah, that's how old I am. I'm one of the 2 people that clap for having kids. Now, my ex-wife and I are still good friends. And we still support each other, and, you know, especially when we're, you know, talking logistics with our daughter, about our daughters. But her boyfriend is one of the most jealous people I've ever met. Basically, his philosophy is, has your dick been in her? I hate you. So I love when I'm talking with my ex, you know, we talk some logistics, but then we get into like, oh, how's it, she's in school, so I'm like, how are classes going? And just watching him over there in the corner of the room, just, and I just like looking over going, So again, no transition material. Well, maybe my whole set should just be no transition material if it gets this good of a laugh. Okay, you know when somebody, you know, Christian, Jewish, whatever, and they say, oh, yeah, I'm Jewish, but I'm non-practicing. Then you're not fucking Jewish! If you're not practicing, you're not religious. Pick a side. Pick a side. Okay, now, I'm a skateboarder, have been most of my life, and the reflexes that I've learned from skateboarding have saved my ass so many times. Like, if I'm running in a trip, I just know immediately, duck, roll, back up. So, what I love watching people who don't do anything to give them a sense of reflex or balance. When they trip, their upper body goes forward, and what do? They start running to try to get their lower body in front of their upper body. And all they're doing is building up speed. So they hit the ground going 3 times faster than they would have had you just drop. Just drop. Okay, so for several years, I helped put together and manage skateboard tours. When I first moved back to Denmark, there's a team in the US that I knew, I'd helped them a few times. So I brought them over to do a 1-week tour of Denmark. Went to go pick them up at the airport. Now this is up in Aalborg. Airport's pretty far out of the city. So I brought them, 6-pack of beer. And we're driving back in. We're going through the countryside. So, they're just sitting there drinking their beer, talking. Then when we get into the city, they start like ducking below the window. Just like, I'm like, what are you doing? They're like, well, in case the police see us. I'm like, this is Denmark. Like, I'm not drinking, I'm driving, it doesn't matter. Really? Really? Yeah, really. So from that point on, every person we passed on the sidewalk, they would lean out the window with their beer going, because I can! Now, one thing I realized, I came originally as a student, one thing I realized is how fucking short I am for this country. And this is a true story. The second day I was in Denmark, I was in a restaurant. I went in to go pee, and the fucking urinal was taller than my dick. And I'm like, do I go ask for a stool? Like, what's the culturally appropriate thing to do here? So I just kind of came up on my toes, tried to arc it in a bit. Now, another thing that bothers me to this day is, when you're at the grocery store. You guys know how passive-aggressive Danes can be at the see? Yeah. Preach it! So, you go to Lidl or Amatu's and they have those really long belts. So you have plenty of space for your stuff, your elbows, like, barrier! Barrier! But then you go to, Factor, Menu, and fucking short belts. And you're standing there, and his arm just, dude, can you wait 10 seconds? I'll move forward. So I've started doing this thing, and this is true. When somebody does that, I've been down I'm gonna buy a bag, and I just stick my ass out. Make them real nervous. Yeah, it's coming towards me. That's my time, guys. Thanks. Apparently nobody's been doing this.
Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, please give a big